Welcome, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be with you today. I think this is like our 9th class together. And that means we are coming up on close to halfway through. Another, like when we get to about 10 or so, we'll be halfway through. Not because we're halfway through necessarily all the moves, but because we'll be able to move a little faster as we go forward. From here. So we're going to be probably finishing up at the very end of June, is my guess. So whatever it says in terms of how many you have, that'll be changing, and we're going to be going through June. They just periodically throw a bunch of classes into the Zoom meeting, and then it all works out. So, oh, Marcy's coming in. Nice. Marcy wasn't able to come last week. Hi, Marcy. Nice. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Dee.
Yeah, very nice to have you here. All right. Well, what's on the docket for today? We are going to have our new move, which is single whip. But that doesn't mean we're going to forget all of our old moves. So I wanted to ask, did anybody try doing grasp the bird's tail on their own this week? Great. And do you have any questions that came out of that you want to ask before we start? Oh, I even see a thumbs up from Vigi. She's not on. Hey, that's pretty clever. All right, well, I don't see any questions. I did want to address, Erlen, I wanted to address a question that you had last time. And I want to thank you especially for it. I looked at the tape later, and this can be very relevant to what we do today. You asked, what was the direction of the arm? Remember that? Of the arm in left ward off. And I said, oh, it goes like this. And you were kind of puzzled because you said, oh, well, it kind of looked like it was off to the corner. And in fact, I looked, and it was looking like it's off to the corner. And that was sort of my bad in that regard. Let me show you what happened, because this is something that you all know. Remember, we've talked about this angle and how in that first big move of left ward off, we sort of turn our tailbone, we turn this hip, and we're very upright and straight. Well, watch what happens if I get lazy. So I turned my hip some, but look at that. Look at that. It looks like it's sort of out to the corner, right? Versus this. It still may look that way a little bit to you, and that's the angle of the camera. But if I just turn, even if I'm looking upright, if I just sort of turn a little bit, you see how it looks like it goes out? And I was not fully doing the technique. So being very grounded in your lower body, feeling very spread here. When we're doing, there's only three moves in the whole form. When we're in a bow step and we're not at this angle, all the rest of them were at this angle at the end. But in 3 moves, we're like this. One of them is left ward off. Another one is single whip, which we're learning today. And another one is fan through back, which kind of looks like single whip with the arm move, with your right arm move. All right. So I want to thank you very much. Very good eyes to see that. So thank you, Erlen. I looked at the video and I was like, all right, I've got to watch that. So we're all continuous improvement in our Tai Chi forever. And you get distracted, think about one thing, and you never know what's going to happen. So that's what it is. Let's start by practicing what we know so far. And again, if any questions come up, just let me know. Let's start here. And let's just go around the clock with grasp the bird's tail. Prepare. Opening. Arms raising up. With a wave at the top and coming down. Left ward off. Shifting left, turning out. Close step. Left ward off. Right ward off. Turning. All our weight left. Grab, pull. Close step. Raise that small bird on your right arm. Roll back, turning to the right, pushing out to the right, shifting back, swinging left. Press, reeling that arm in and pressing, expanding out. Push, arms separate. Back over the ball as our weight shifts back and then up the diagonal. Let's turn to the right. Try it again. Actually, let's just start it from here, right where we were. Sorry, right from here, because we're going to turn. And opening. Left ward off, shift left, turning out right. All our weight right, sit, push that button, close step. Big bird on that arm, very erect. Right ward off, shifting right, turning to the right. All our weight left, grab, pull, the arms rotated, and close step. Small bird on your right arm. Roll back. Arms rotate, pushing out to the right and swing as you come back. Wheeling that arm in as you turn square. You're compressed. Expand out for press. Arms open. Back over the ball. Up the diagonal for push. And again, this direction. Remember, you will probably, if you're continuing to do it the same direction I am, you're going to turn your back to me and it'll be opportunity for you to try it on your own. Opening. Left ward off, shift left. Turn out right, on the way right, sit, close step, and big bird. Shift right, turn right for right ward off, pull your weight to the left, close step, and right arm up. Nice. Roll back, turning to the right and pushing out. All our weight comes back as we turn. And then in for press. Expanding out. Opening our arms. Coming back over the ball as we shift our weight back. And up the diagonal. Nice. When I said all our weight back, of course, I was really only meaning 60-40. All right, we're going to start with your back, where you are, with your backs to me. And prepare, and we'll be turning where you can look if you want. And opening. Left ward off, shifting left, turning out to the right, follow our weight to the right, sit, push that button, close step, and turn right. Lift that big bird. Right ward off, shifting right, turning a 45 degrees, all your weight left, grab pull, close our arms and step, raise that small bird. Roll back, pushing out to the right as we turn, and then shifting back, swinging left. Reeling our arms in for press and expanding out. Push, arms separate. Shifting back over the ball, up the diagonal. All right. Well, what do you think? Can I watch you do it once? You want to try? I'm not sure how easy it's going to be for me to call it without doing it, but I'd like to watch you. So if that works for you, in whatever position you want to be in, why don't you just start and we'll do it. So prepare. Opening, arms raising up, little wave at the top, and pushing down so you can't push anymore. Nice. Left ward off, shifting to the right. Nice, close step. And the big turn. There you go. You got it. You got it. You got it. Good. Good. And right ward off. Let's see if I can remember how to call it. Okay. We're going to shift our weight to the right and then turn at 45 degrees. All our weight left. Grab, pull. Close step. Small bird on your arm coming forward. All right. Roll back, turn to the right, rotate those arms and swing them to the left. Arms do not change as they come to the left. Then wheel your arms in and press out. Nice. Separate your arms for push, then come back over a ball. And up the diagonal. Great job. Great job. All right, so a couple of things. One of the things is when we step into a bow step, resist the temptation to step over a log. I'm not saying not everybody is doing it, but I did see it, right? So when you step in, it's kind of like normal walking, right? Your weight's over here and you just step. And even if you do something like bring a foot in and then step out, there's nothing like this, right? If you're bringing a foot in, it's basically so that you can get your balance. Because theoretically, your foot could have been way out here, and you're trying to, get to neutral before you go in whatever direction you're going in. So you might have been close enough that you didn't really need to, but that's why we bring our foot in. So that's one thing to do it. And then on rollback, let's just look at rollback and press. Again, there's a little confusion on this for some folks. This is my right arm. So both arms rotate. So your left arm turns palm up as you move. And your right arm goes palm down and then pushes out. So it looks like this. Then your arms stay where they are as you swing them back. So you can even think, one thing I've told people, nice, much better. So one of the things I've told people in other classes is imagine, so we'll do this one more time. We're gonna turn to the right and push out with that right hand. You could read notes with your left hand, kind of, you've written them on your palm, right? You're not going to, because you're not going to look down there. Then imagine that you're just like, I don't know, holding like a log that goes through here somehow. And then you're just gonna, those arms are gonna swing together. You're actually holding an arm. So, and it stays pushing out. You see this? See how it's pushing out here? It's still pushing out. Your fingers are still up. Nice. Really getting there. Then, when you come in for press, remember you turn back and you let both arms change again. You let it sort of make its natural move. You found out that when we did it fast. So now you could read your notes on your right arm, it's in this word-off shape, and your left arm is ready to push out, right? But what it is press, which is this extension out. Nice, very nice. And you're actually doing both, expanding with your sort of whole body shape. At the same time, your right hand, your left hand, if it was needed, could push and support that expansion. So keep that in mind. One last comment is very easy. I did this when I was learning the form, to get really excited about this and get yourself overbalanced here. That may not look different, but this is too far. You want to be here. Do you see the difference? Now it's straight. Much better, much better. Yeah. So, so those are the comments. Periodically we'll do that. You folks are getting ready to do some things on your own. So, so we'll do that. That way you'll get more personal feedback. Any questions on Grasp the Bird's Tail? All right, sounds good. Well, I want to teach you a new hand shape. So what hand shapes do we have so far? We have what Nancy, one of our instructors and owners of the school, calls fair lady hands. It's basically just a standing palm. We've been using that all the time, and you folks are doing a good job of that, right? Kind of nice excitement all the way up your fingers. You know, you can really, they're enjoying being there. They're slightly separated. They're slightly curved. They're very natural, right? They're sort of the hands that if you put your hands on the side of your face, you get, right? Right? That's what they are. They're I guess that's why that, you know, I don't know. I don't know why Nancy calls them fair lady hands, but she does. Anyway, they're standing palms. And then we've talked about the fist, right? We've talked about making the fist because we do it in our salute. And we did that really fast, but we pulled the fingers down. And then this is in American Sign Language, this is an S. This is an S sign. So it's basically an S sign. And we try to have a flat face here. It's sort of, so we're trying not to have it look kind of like that, but some people's hands do a better job than others, just because their hands are that way, right? So that's a fist, and we'll be using a fist in other moves. I'm not going to use it in this one. There's another hand shape. There are 3. So you've had 2 already. The third handshake we call a hook. Okay, so how do you make a hook? You basically have your nice arm shape, and you let it come down here. Nice, nice, nice. And then you bring your fingers together, and you don't want to force a bend here so much that you see where your fingers end up sort of pointing not down. You want them to point down, and you still kind of want them together, but you still kind of want them. So compromise however you have to compromise. But you folks have it. Here's another way to look at it. I call it the goose head. Just imagine a little goose, going around, right? It's a goose. It's a goose, right? We'll put that goose here. Right. And you put one over here because it's nice to have two. Nice geese, right? Very good, very good. All right. You can use this for a variety of things. You can use this to hit back here, or like right with your wrist part. You can hit somebody. You can use it as a hook, and you can use it to control somebody. So there's actually lots of things you can do with this hook shape. So it's going to be in our move today. So I wanted you to just remember it's just a goose. You can make a goose. You can do this handshake. And in general, if you were to have water dripping, you would like it to drip off the end and go straight down. Of course, it would anyway because of gravity, right? All right. So I want to show you this move, and then we're going to learn it in pieces. We're going to learn the footwork and the hands, and we're going to put it all together. And we're going to try to get through the whole thing today. It's a really, really big move. So let me just show you what it looks like. So let's do it from here. It will be hard for you to do it with me because you'd be turning away. Here we are at push. I'm going to show you the move. Single whip. Let me show you from another angle. There's a little distortion when I go that direction, so. And let's see. Let's try it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think those are probably the best ones to show you at this point. So, there's a lot going on in this move. First of all, there is footwork that takes us from a right bow step to a left bow step. So we're going to work on that footwork. And there's a lot going on in the arms. Let me explain what's really happening in this move, because that's usually very helpful, right? So from here, I was pushing. Imagine now that instead I grabbed that opponent and pulled them off balance. Now I've got their right hand here, the right arm here that I can grab, like maybe around just up from the wrist. And I can get my other arm behind their shoulder. And I'm going to throw them to the corner. My whole body weight and body turning. Then there's So that's the first thing I'm going to do, right? And we're going to talk about that. When we call this form, we're going to say to move back and flatten your hands. We're going to grab and throw somebody to the corner, and there's this huge turn right here. Now, supposing the person doesn't come with me, if I didn't pull them off balance enough, they might fight back, and I only come a little ways, right? So I get maybe this far, and they stop. But I've got lots of momentum, so I turn. What am I going to do? I'm going to turn back. And I'm going to throw my hook right into their neck, because it's going to be conveniently right there. Okay? Or I'm going to make this really nice goose. For those of you who don't like the martial arts aspect, my apologies. But that is what's going on. So we're going to sort of get that in our bodies, the turning back, like we did before. So this is stylized, so you actually see both. This is we're going to call pressing down. Here's that making of the hook. But now you've got another opponent entirely coming at you from 3 o'clock. No, from 9 o'clock, sorry. So I'm going to step out. They're not at me yet, but they're coming at me. They are in the midst of bringing their, they're punching me, right? I'm going to deflect that punch, catch it here, deflect that punch, because my foot's on the ground now, on the heel, as I start to move forward, and then strike into them. So there's a lot going on in this move, right? 2 opponents, lots going on. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots going on. All right, so I wanna teach you the arms, and then I'm going to teach you the footwork. We usually do footwork first, but I'm going to teach you the arms. Okay, so you have that. So come up near your screen, or make sure you can see me. And what you're going to do is just kind of stand however you want to stand, and we're going to sort of turn like this and this, and we're going to do it to both sides. I'll take this off for the moment. You can mirror me, right? So put your arms, like put this hand up, right? I mean, so we're like this. Yeah, we're like, there you go. Yes, we're like this. So we're going to imagine we came back, and then we're going to imagine we grab with this hand, and then we're going to throw, big turn to the corner, right? And then turn back, pushing down. Okay, let's try from the other side. From here, because you might do it from both sides, right? We're going to shift our way back. If you're on your feet, you can even shift your weight back. Then we're going to grab with this hand, and we're going to big turn. Throw them to the corner. Let your arms come back as you turn back and push down. Okay? One more time on each side. Shift back, grab, swing, and turn back. And this side. We're gonna shift, grab, swing, and come back. Okay? And one more time on this side, we won't be stopping. Going to come back, grab with your left hand, pull, and turn back. Right? You threw them in the corner and you pulled back. The moment you're throwing them in the corner, your hands are just out, like you're letting go of them, right? And then they can come back in. All right, so let's try it one more time from here. We're pushing out. We're gonna shift our weight back and our palms flatten. Then as we start to turn, we're gonna grab turn and then big turn. When you see the corner, let go of them, but let your arms keep going as you turn back. Nice. And you push down. Lovely. One more time. From here and shift, hands flatten, grab, throw them to the corner, and then turn back. Right? You can get a sense for that. Now, if you turned back and they didn't do what you wanted them to do, right? This hand is gonna go, these hands are gonna turn. The thumbs near you are gonna go up, okay? And it's sort of like airplanes, you know, like two jets that we're flying, you know what I mean? But this upper one is gonna go into a hook. And the other one is going to be, what is it going to be doing? Pointing to the middle forearm. What do you always do? Point to the middle forearm. And you can look down and you can actually see your palm, right? So from here, you could just think almost like you pushed it up, you know, but you're not. Here you go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's try it from here. Okay, we're gonna shift, hands flatten, grab with this hand and swing your whole body to the corner, let go of them. And then your arms, you start to shift back and turn back until you're at the center. But let's not stop. Up. Right. And when you're done, you're hitting somebody your own size with this part. This part. Nice, nice. Okay, got a sense of that? That's what you're doing with your hands. There's a second part. There's a second part later, but it's easy, okay? It's easy. I'll be able to talk you through it. Okay, let's do the footwork because, you know, it's a big move. We've got a lot to do. Okay, so let's look at the footwork. We're here in a right bow step. What are we going to do? We're going to shift back. So let's just go forward and back. Remember that? Your feet stay on the ground. We're going to shift back. In this case, usually we keep the whole foot on the ground the whole time, but not, remember, when we want to move the weight into our heel pad or the ball of our foot so we can pivot. That's what we're going to do here. We're actually going to shift our weight. So I want you to imagine a pole. We call it your Tai Chi pole. You're going to shift your weight not just back, but that Tai Chi pole is going to go all the way over your left foot. So can you do that? Because that's different. I want you to come back and put that Tai Chi pole all the way over your left foot. There's still a little weight in your right heel, but just the barest amount so it doesn't come up. Okay? Now, I want you to turn. You're still standing on the left foot. it's okay if you feel that you're standing a bit on the left edge of your foot. And you want to turn that as pretty much as far as most people can, which is pointing to the corner. If you can't get it there, it's okay. If you keep your weight over this other foot, it's truly over the other foot mostly, you won't have a problem. Now we're going to shift our weight back, bend the right knee. Bend the right knee, take the weight entirely off the left foot. Feel free as you're doing that to let it pivot. Then you can lift it up. Bring it to neutral. You can put it down if you need to, and then step out for a bow step in the other direction. Heel ball toe, bend knee. Now I'm this way in a normal bow step, but what we want to be in is this bow step. You see how that looked different? That's that bow step we talked about earlier, the vertical one. What did I do? I turned my hip. Or another thing you can think about is my tail was coming out here, and look where it ended up. Okay, so I was sort of swinging my tail. I also opened a lot right here. Okay, let's try it again. In the right bow step, shift your weight, your Tai Chi pole, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Now, there is no weight except in your heel of your right foot. Turn this leg in and turn your body too, as far as you can, unless you are hypermobile or something. And then you may not be able to get to the corner. Bend your back knee. Allow your right foot to move. Get comfortable. Bring your foot in and out, shoulder width apart. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. But remember, as you're bending that knee, you're going to push your hip in or swing your tail a little bit. Questions about this? Erlyn.
Yes, final position is my back foot is toe pointing to the corner. My front foot is pointing to the opposite corner. Is that right? And my hips are open to where the toe is pointing?
It's going to, if you check out my lines, final position is a bow step. So one is straight, the front one is straight, and the back one is to the corner. And you are very, very open. In fact, instead of feeling like if I lined myself up with my hips, my shoulders are to the corner, I actually feel like we're beyond corner. Do you see that?
Okay, so the front toe is to the wall, the back toe is to the corner, and the hips are beyond, between the corner and the wall somewhere.
Yeah, so the footwork, the feet themselves are still a regular bow step, but because you turned, you're much more erect and turned. But yes, and the way it would be done in let's see, when you do it, where did we end up? Well, we've been doing it in every possible way that it could be done.
So if you started,
it's going to end up here with your left foot forward.
so you're actually you were starting with the foot facing the exact opposite direction. You ended up facing the exact opposite direction at the end.
Exactly
okay.
So.
Great.
It's a 180-degree turn. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's exactly the way to say it. Okay? How is this for folks? Are you able to get that foot around? Do you need some help with turning that foot, or are you finding it's mostly turned? Or I mean, I have for years I couldn't do it. I had bad knees and I couldn't do it. And so there are approved ways to do it when you can't do it. Does anyone need that right now? I'm not hearing that you do. If you do, if you find that you do, or you find that you're torquing your knee, then that's usually because you haven't shifted your weight enough. And you can also, so let's just do it a few more times, okay? From here, your right foot is forward, right bow step to the wall. Actually, we call it 3 o'clock, 12, 3. So we're gonna shift back, not just shift back, shift the Tai Chi pole all the way over your foot. But I'm gonna be calling it shift back. The remaining weight is in your heel. Ready? Turn. Remember, when you throw, it'll actually be easier. Turn. It's much easier dynamically. Then shift your weight again. Take the weight off of that foot. Let everything turn and line up. Then back to neutral and out for a left bow step. Again, now we were at 3 o'clock, now it's 9 o'clock. 180 degrees. As Erlyn pointed out, toes pointed straight and our other toes to the corner. Yes? We'll be getting a lot of practice with this. All right, so let's put those arms with it. How about that? You practice the arms where you could see it. Now you're not going to be able to see it as well, but you know what it is because you've done it. So here we go. We're in push. Shifting back, our hands flatten. Where's back? The Tai Chi pole. Notice, I still have this bend here. Grabbing with your left hand, grab them, throw them to the corner. I forgot to pivot. Throw them to the corner, pivoting on your back heel. Let your arms continue, bend that right knee and come back and release your left foot. You're pushing down. You're pushing down in front and then up. Make that hook. Stand on that right foot. And, well, we're going to go this far for now. Yes, I guess I have to teach you that other part. Let's just do this part. We're going to come back and turn, throw. Circle around and come back. Release that foot. Oh, there. Release that foot and keep going. Let's talk about the torso turn. Sorry. Here we go. Coming back. Grab, pull, turn, throw them to the corner. Arms continue. Shifting back and up. One more time. Shift back, pull, shift back, arms up. You folks look good. All right, nice. Nice, very nice. So what do we do once we're here? How are the two going together? It should, I know it's really hard if it's your first time. Marcy, how is this going for you?
It's pretty good. I actually think the arms are helping me with where my weight should be, whereas just doing the
Indeed.
legs, I was struggling a bit.
Indeed, I find it harder to do. When I'm throwing at the corner,
Yeah.
I can get my foot around a lot more. It's just a lot easier because it's natural, right? Yeah, your whole body is turning. Yeah, absolutely. Good observation.
I was having trouble keeping the weight on the left foot after the throw.
After you throw, you can immediately start shifting back, bending that right leg, I believe. So I'm shifting, I'm shifting back and hands flattened. I'm grabbing, I throw, and right here, I'm already shifting back as it comes in. I'm back now and able to throw this arm up. And I'm throwing that arm up in part by turning my upper body. So, right, because you did this, remember, we turned back. So there's this big turn back, kind of doing a figure 8 there. So what happens next? So,
Dee Dee,
yes.
sorry, hold it up
All right.
with it. But on the after you've like swung around like this, and then you go like this, your foot doesn't. What's the timing of the turn on the ball of the foot?
For right now, do it whenever you want.
Okay.
As you get more comfortable, most people do it like this. They start to release it right here. Okay? Truth to tell, Master Yang does it here. Right? I mean, I emphasized it. Okay? So you take your pick. You do it however you want to do it, but almost everybody does it the first way I showed you because it's harder until you get really used to it to do it any other way. And you actually you wouldn't be dinged for it if you went up for promotion to do it that other way. So that's, I love your questions, Erwin. Fabulous, fabulous. And everybody has questions, but that's really interesting when it's your first time. So, all right, so what's happening next? I'm going to show you. Now you're going to see this in a different way, right? Because, so we've done this. Then I'm on that right foot. Right now, I can move like this because there's no opponent, right? He's not, he or she, they're not here yet, right? So now I connect with them. And then as I go heel, ball, toe, I'm going to deflect them as I bend my knee and turn a little back to the right. I can power the strike. So that's what's happening. So what's happening? We were here, and I went like this. And then as I step, I do what's called a standing ward off. It's just take your arm from here to here. Windshield wiper. Windshield wiper, 45 degrees up. Windshield wiper. Then I'm connecting with them. So I'm coming out like this and I'm deflecting them. Do you see that? They were right towards my body center. I'm deflecting them. And then I'm turning back. It's just a small turn back, but that helps to power my hand. So the call you're going to hear is connect, but that means windshield wiper. So maybe I'll say windshield wiper, right? It's a standing word off, right? But you're connecting, you get that? And then deflect, and then strike. You want to give it a try? All right, don't worry, we're gonna review everything next week. So, I'm gonna do it this way so you can follow it. Shifting back and turn, throw them in the corner, shifting back, pushing down, make the hook. All our weight's on the right foot. So left foot steps out, connect, that's that windshield wiper. Heel ball toe, deflect and strike. And in that strike, that turn back is also associated with that hip. Remember? So we can stand up straight. Looking good. All right. Single whip. Shift back, hands flatten, grab, throw them in the corner, turn, 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 turn. Shifting back, arms pressed down, and make that hook. We're gonna step, connect, heel ball toe, deflect, and strike. Gosh, there's so much going on. Looking good. Questions? Okay, let's do it several times more. And from your right bow step to a left bow step, shift back, hands flatten, grab, pull, throw them in the corner as you turn, coming around, shifting your weight, and make that hook. Step, connect, deflect, and strike. Yeah. Looking good, looking good. Let's try doing it starting away from me, and then you'll be able to follow the footwork going the other way, right? So starting your right bow step away from me, this will be good for your brain, right? And you're gonna shift back, hands flatten, grab, pull, turn, 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 throw to the corner, arms circling around as you're coming back, and up goes your hook. You're standing on your right foot, stepping out for the bow step, standing ward off, then heel ball toe, deflect and strike. Oh, nice. Okay, and here's the thing. You should be looking right through here. Right? So your wrist is kind of at shoulder height. And when you're done, you're looking through this hole right here. Right? Because after all, where's your opponent, right? That's what you want to do, right? So when you've turned back, you very much, it's not gonna, right? It's hard to do it because there's so much distortion, but anyway. Let's do everything we know. Everything we know and end with this. And then don't worry, we're gonna review it all next week. We may or may not go on. Sometimes it takes two. So, but you folks are doing really well. All right, so from here, this is actually the way you would do it. This is 12 o'clock. Prepare. Opening. Arms rotate. Floating up and pressing down. Feel yourself very grounded. And left ward off. Shifting left, turning right. Sink. Close. Step in big bird. Shift right, turn right, ward off. All our weight left, grab, pull, shifting that weight left. Close our arms and step. Come forward with that small bird. Roll back. Arms rotating. Remember that? Push out to the corner. Keep those arms where they are and shift back. Swing. Press. Turning back your arms, circle in, you're too close, so expanding out. Push, arms separate. Coming back, over ball, and up the diagonal and push. Single whip. Put your Tai Chi pole on top of that back left and flatten and pivot. Throw them in the corner. Circle back, shifting back. Arms rise, make that hook. Standing ward off, connecting and stepping. Deflect and strike. Nice. Looking good. How's it feel? Oh, let's do it one more time. We have time. Come on, we can do it. We'll do it a little faster. Don't worry if you can't do it so fast. And prepare. Opening. Those arms floating up and pushing down. Nice. Left forward off. Shift left. Turn out right. Follow weight right. Sit. Close. Step. And big bird. Right ward off. Turning right. Follow weight left. Grab pull. And close. Step. Roll back, arms rotating, pushing out to the right, and then swinging left as you go back. Circling back for press and expanding out. Arms separate for push. Back over the ball and up the diagonal. Single whip. With that Tai Chi pole, hands flatten and throw in the corner, shifting back, arms pushing down at the center, and then make that hook. Step out, windshield wiper, heel ball toe, and strike. Where your final positions are looking good. So, from what I can see, I see some smiles too. All right. Any final comments? It's a big move. Don't expect to get it all in one time.
That was awesome. I mean, we're finally starting to get it in our brains and our bodies, and just being able to move through that whole sequence together is so nice.
It is nice, isn't it? Yeah, just wait till you have like it all there. Yes, yes, but it is to have enough that you can do it. I really encourage folks to take, even if it's just a few moves, practice them together. Yeah, it feels so good. Any other comments? All right, Well, let's close class. Thank you all for joining me.